Hello and welcome to episode number 20 of,
20.
of the Tweedle Eat Tweedle Run podcast, where Steph and I document our Run Disney adventures at both Disney World and Disneyland parks. I'm Court, and this is Steph.
Hello, and as always, you can find us on Instagram at TweedleEat, TweedleRun, or reach out to us via email at tweedleeattweedlerun.com. You could also listen to us on Spotify or Amazon Music, or watch our beautiful shining faces on YouTube, where you can like and subscribe, that magical button. We should have dressed up for the holidays because that's what we're moving into, but that's not what we're talking about today, Court. What are we
Nope.
talking about?
Today we are going to talk about how Steph's training has been going.
Ooh.
Then we can talk about how Court's training has been going.
Two very
Then,
slightly
then
different stories.
then then we'll do a little pre-trip report for our January trip and maybe talk a little updates on costuming and all that, because this go around Steph needs the most amount of costumes of any of the weekends.
So many
And
costumes.
we'll see if we need to start thinking about checking luggage, Steph, if we're going to be able
I
to fit all this in carry on.
really, realistically, I think I gotta check a bag because of my shoes. It's the shoes that are the issue now.
Okay, so let's kick it off with race training. So in
Yes.
January, because this will be our last update before we tell you how it all went down
Oh
for our
my.
marathon weekend where Steph is doing the Dopey. So how is the training going, Steph?
It is actually going surprisingly well. I am
Yay!
pretty much on track, loosely following the Jeff Galloway Run Disney Dopey Challenge training plan. His is a very heavy walk run training plan, and I've definitely ran more than I've walked. The only time I've walked during my training has been as my fake character stops, mostly to drink water and things
Yeah.
like that, because I am not coordinated enough to walk, to run and try to drink out of a bottle, regardless what kind of bottle that is. So I've been doing pretty well. I managed to get in my final stupid long run weekend, which a lot of Run Disney folk call the sim weekend, where you kind of run a fake mock-up version of what the dopey will be. So last weekend, on Thursday, I ran my normal 6.5K. Friday, I ran another 6.5K. So not quite the 5 and 10, but whatever. I can do that anyways.
Close to
And then on
average.
yeah. And then on Saturday, I ran 20 kilometers. And then on Sunday, I ran 37. And for those
Wowza.
of you who don't know that we are located in a cold, snowy, damp Canada climate right now, I did not do it outside. I did it all on the treadmill while
So,
watching many, many shows.
well, this is my question for you, Steph, because I know you're doing it on a treadmill, which I mean, good for you, but also crazy. Um, what did you watch during your 37-kilometer run? Did you watch
That's a good.
movies? Did you binge
Nope.
watch an entire season of some show?
Nope. I have decided to go back and rewatch Dexter.
Okay,
So I went through about 4 episodes of Dexter.
okay. It's not too
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, 4 episodes of Dexter to like get my way through. It took me it took me like 3 hours and 20-ish minutes thereabouts. So
So do you have a goal? And I know, we've talked a lot about with the Run Disney events where it's not about getting a PR. It's not necessarily about completing it in some amount of time, because there's so many factors, like you said, like
yeah,
character stops and things that are going to add to your time that you don't want to necessarily run past. You want to enjoy. That's just part of the spectacle that is Run Disney.
exactly.
But do you have a goal in mind for when you want to finish? Let's remember the marathon gets to go off even earlier than the other races. It
I
goes off at
I know.
4:30 a.m. So if assuming based on your you were able to provide a proof of time, so you should
Yeah.
hopefully be in an appropriate corral.
Yeah.
So what's your kind of hope to finish by?
So I'm thinking it would be nice to finish around the 4 hour mark. at one point I thought like, okay, less than 4 hours, sure, but maybe realistically, like with stops and stuff, like in and around the 4 hour mark. Um, the only problem with it is that if I do it this way, then if I even glance at the idea, because I haven't decided for sure if this is something I even want to toy with the idea of doing, I won't have the opportunity to do the dopey the way that some people do the dopey, which is you run the marathon, you ride Everest, and you cross the finish line with a margarita in hand. Because I think if I do it in 4 hours, none of the booths will be open and nor will Everest be open.
Oh, whereas if it takes you longer,
You
then
can
you
do
can
these
do those things.
things.
Or if you're in a later corral too, I suppose,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Another question I had for you was how did your body feel after your sim weekend?
So I am happy to report, and I think if anyone from ASICS is listening to me, your Super Blast 2 shoes are awesome because they're well worth the $260 price tag I paid after running 37K in them. My feet did not feel like death. New Balance, on the other hand, your Fuel Cell Rebels, they are good cushions, but everyone is right. They bite into your toes because my toes have been angry
Uh,
ever since I wore them the very first time. But the the beauty of the Asics is like my toes actually weren't as terrible as I thought they would be after the 37, although they were very sensitive on Sunday. My 25-pound child stepped on me and I thought I was going to die.
of course you did.
Yeah, it was like one of those like, oh my gosh, get off mommy's feet, off mommy's feet. They hurt a lot.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
so my toes are black, but even like now it's what 3 days post and they're sensitive, but they're fine. Like literally on Sunday, if I walked into anything, I was not a very happy person at all.
oh
But
dear. But otherwise, I know you texted me and said that you're just tired. Like just
yeah,
you just feel fatigued, which I mean makes sense. You put your body through a lot.
yeah, it's I do it. I feel tired, and I feel like you need to be waiting for me at the finish line with the biggest either I don't know jug of juice or like can of Coke because those are all I want to drink afterwards. Because I literally finished the race or I finished my run on Sunday, drank the biggest glass of orange juice I have ever drank in my whole life. Like I took a full 20-ounce beer pint glass and filled it with orange juice and drank it. And it was glorious. And then, hey, went grocery shopping and brought a can of Coke with me to the grocery store, drank it on the way, and then found myself in the pop aisle at the grocery store, which I never do, and bought more pop that I then cracked open warm and drank
Oh
on the way
wow.
home in the car because I just wanted all the sugar. And then since then,
You're
like
like an addict.
it,
Can't even
it
wait
it
till you
did.
get
It was
home.
I know. I was like, I just want this now. I want to drink it now. Like, and I drank all this water too, and it was just like, no, I just need to drink more, and I need to have more sugar. And for those of you who are wondering, no, I am terrible, and I do not do energy gels or anything like that while I run because I am not coordinated enough to do that. And I'm afraid I'm going to choke because I feel like I choke every time I try to drink while I run. So I probably wouldn't crave sugar as badly as I do after a race if I was better at eating and using gels. But I don't have that figured out, and I don't know if I will by the
Yeah.
marathon
You're
weekend.
running out of time to
So
figure that out.
I know, and
Well,
I don't know. I do it and I'm okay. It's just afterwards I need it all.
yeah. So I guess the running part sounds like is going very well. The the question marks are going to be the multiple 3 a.m. wake
Yeah.
ups, the terrible sleeping that you get at Disney, and I will say I don't think compared to some of our other weekends, it's quite as aggressive in terms of
No.
park time, on purpose to try not to kill you. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
But I actually think it'll be okay because my life right now trying to do this is like in the midst of like the busiest I swear I've ever been. Like just between work is out of control, busy with Christmas coming and the kids. And like as I'm doing so much running, I've now reached the point where I am less than, well, okay, not less than, but I'm about 100 kilometers away from running 3,000 kilometers this year. So there's a part of me that's just like, all right, I just need to put a hard push until the end and get this 3,000K done for 2024 and call it a day and never do it again because this was the dumbest thing I've ever done. But I just need to do it and finish it because that's how I roll. So I'm just really tired all the time. So I think that training in itself has been very good for getting me ready for Dopey. Because at least when we go to Disney, it's pretty much all I have to focus on.
Yeah, that's true. You don't have little people that you're also trying to manage. And it's like, if you're tired, you can just sit down because it's just you and me. You don't need to
Yeah.
worry. Now, when we do Princess, I suppose it'll be different because we do plan to bring the children with us, but we'll
Yes.
have Uncle Justin there and older brother cousins in my
Exactly.
children to help wrangle your children. So,
Yeah.
it's not completely the same. And anyways, but good.
And
Do you
it's
want to
one
ask,
one less race.
do you want to ask how my training is going?
Yes, of course. How is your training for your 10K been? I know the answer to this, by the way, everybody. Go ahead.
Terrible, terrible. I I have been sick still since I got home from California. I now have chest pains from coughing and it's like super sore and I can't do much stuff and it's the worst. And so we may be walking a 10K at this point because I honestly am like, I tried to run on what day did I try and run? Sunday. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna run.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll go super slow. Like we're talking super slow stuff, like 35-minute 5K, like super slow. And I think I ran about 25 minutes and then was like, nope, nope. I was like in too much pain. So then I walked. I can walk and that's not a problem. And I can walk pretty quickly and that's okay. But the running was just, I don't know, just the heavier
The
breathing and the
bouncing.
jostling. And like, it was too much and it was just too painful. So it's going terribly, Steph. And I only have to do a 10K and it's fine. Whatever. We'll finish it. Whatever. My concern is I have to run a half marathon literally like 6 weeks later. So it's not so much the 10K training that I'm worried about because if my chest pains go away, like it's like, oh, my whole rib cage hurts. If that goes away by the time I have to run it, I have a feeling like it's fine. My quads will probably be sore from not running and
Sure.
like leading up to it, but I'll be able to do it. It's
You're traveling
it's
with your
this
physio. You'll be fine.
it's the 6 weeks later half marathon that I'm starting to worry about. So, anyways, it's going poorly. It's going very poorly, Steph. So we'll
We
see
need to
what
get you some
happens.
like magic steroid puffers or
I
something.
know. I think I might have to go to like a walk-in clinic tomorrow just to be like, I've been sick for 5 weeks. You need to give me something. Like, come on. Don't tell me it's viral and you can't do anything for me. I don't care. Give me some steroids, something. I actually literally just bought I bought this. It's like a homeopathic, like deep immune something to like boost your immune system. I'm like, I don't even care anymore.
You
I'm
need
throwing some money
something.
at this. I need something to help my body kick this thing. So, and then Cooper is sick right now too. So I'm giving it to him too. And he's like, oh, this tastes terrible. I'm like, well, hopefully it works. We'll just keep taking it.
Yeah,
So anyways, Steph's training's going great. Of course, training's going terribly. I'm just there for the food
it's
to
true.
maybe walk a 10K. We'll see. I
We're
figure
we're called
I'm like, we'll run at the beginning so that we're not those people that just start walking. And then we may walk a bunch and then we'll run at the finish at the very least.
as long as like if we run on the highway strips and walk through the park,
I
that
know.
should just be the way we do it.
And I can walk fast.
I know
Like
you can.
I
I
can,
might trot beside you because
yeah,
that's
you
easier
might
for me.
still be running beside me, even if I choose to walk, because I got a long stride and I can really book it. Maybe I'll have to walk the uphills and then I can run down all the ramps, make up
Yeah,
some speed. Anyways, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm more concerned now about the princess race than this 10K. Also because we go to Norway on the 26th of December and I'm not back till the 4th and we're not bringing like I won't be training when I'm in Norway. Like we don't really have access to be able to run on treadmills and we're going to be doing a lot of activities and like snowshoeing and skiing and stuff like that. So I'll still be active but it won't be the same as going for a run. So
yeah.
we'll see. Stay tuned
Stay
to
tuned.
to find out how
We'll
it
see how
goes.
it goes. We'll see if the weather cooperates and this all goes because last year the weather was terrible for those who did the dopey and they changed the
Yeah,
marathon course and everyone was mad and blah 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 blah. A whole bunch of stuff
yeah.
happened.
I'm
Well,
sure
so
this year
fingers
will,
crossed.
I can't imagine, like, it just would seem too crazy that that would happen 2 years in a row. So we'll probably heat wave, Steph, and you'll have to run a marathon in stupid 30-degree weather or something.
Yeah, the blankets I bought will be useless then. So,
Yeah. The more
mm,
prepared we are for the cold weather, the less
yeah,
likely it'll be cold.
exactly.
Plus, with this
So
stupid sickness, I could use some vitamin D. So,
it's true. It's very true. And it just seems like every time we go to Disney, it ends up being hot, hot anyways.
yeah, I don't think we've ever gone when it's been cold.
No, not
So,
never, never you and I.
yeah. So, in terms of our pre-trip report, then, so we have this is our longest trip too, because with
Hmm.
Steph's doing the 4 races. So we need to be there the Wednesday
Wednesday.
to be able to pick up our race kits because then you run Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we're actually going from Wednesday morning. We have like an
Hmm.
early morning wake up like every single day of this trip because
Yeah.
Wednesday we have an early morning flight, so we'll be up early for that. Then you have 4 days of races where you have to be up early. I say we, but I mean Steph because I don't have to get up
Yeah.
early every day.
No, just
And
me.
then the Monday, we have an early morning flight home. So like I think that'll be the longest you'll get to sleep in the whole trip, but I think you might get to sleep until like 4:30 or 5.
Yeah. But then I'll just sleep on the plane all the way home and I'm not working that day because I will be dead to the world. So
Hooray. I am working that day and
hooray.
will be bringing my laptop and will work on the plane on the on the way home, but
You'll get all the pictures of me sleeping like this.
yep, that's right. Fast asleep, mouth agape,
Yeah.
dead to the world. Yeah, so we have some fun things planned though. Again, like I said, we're trying not to kill Steph this trip as much as the springtime surprise where, oh my God, you were just like dumb, stupid
Dumb
tired
dead.
by the
Dumb
end.
dead.
So yeah, so we're gonna first day, we're gonna get there and we're gonna do some parks that day. We have to pick up our race kits. We'll definitely ride Guardians for Steph because it's her favorite. I think I pretty much have it penciled in like every day
Every
to
day.
try and ride it for you.
Get
And
every
then
song in
actually,
again.
so we're staying at Coronado Springs for 3 of the nights, and then we move over to All Star Music. Oh no, All Star Sports.
Sports.
But in at Coronado Springs, we're staying in the tower, which I'm excited about because I've heard it's very, very nice. And then I have planned for us to go to Three Bridges that night for dinner, which
Hmm.
I've heard great things about. It's just like a walk up, like you can't make a reservation. So we can just join the walk up when we go to like check into our rooms or whatever after we get our race kits. And then we're gonna go to Hollywood Studios and maybe we'll go to Jelly Rolls this night.
Because we're gonna
Maybe.
try to kill me the first night, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
And we'll see. Maybe
Well,
I'll sneak in a nap somewhere.
well, or I'm thinking, or you could sneak in a nap like the next day if because you're not going to sleep this first night anyway. So what does it matter how
No,
much
it's
sleep you
true.
let you get? You only got to do 5K.
It's true. I 5K is less than what I run on a normal day anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how we're feeling that day. But then, yeah, then Steph does her 5K on the Thursday. And this is the day that I've planned for us to do the challenge of ride all the rides with height restrictions. So I've done out the list. There's 19 rides. So
Okay.
it's not too bad. It's a lot more doable than our than our Disneyland challenge.
35 rides. I don't even know now.
The hardest part about it is most of the rides that are on the list are the rides that have the longest wait times. And so
Mm,
then a lot of it is just the logistics of like trying to figure out there's not a lot of filler rides, right? So it's like, which ones can you get with Genie Plus? So we'll have Genie Plus this day. We'll buy 2 of the single pass for at least 2 of them, but you can only buy 2 single pass in a day. So we'll have to decide like which ones make the most sense. And yeah, so I think my plan is for us to start at Hollywood Studios this day. And the only reason is because Animal Kingdom might make more sense, except Cali River Rapids won't be open first thing. And so that's one of the rides we have to do. So we have to hit up Animal Kingdom like
later when it opens.
mid morning, or like I think it usually opens at like 10 a.m. or something like that. So yeah, we'll do that. And then we got our 10K day that I'm running with Steph.
Trotting,
And well, walk running, run
walk, run.
walking. Yeah, we'll see. I'm completing the 10K with
Yes,
Steph.
completing the 10K.
Completing the 10K. And then we have two challenges actually this day because
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna go to Hollywood Studios in the morning, and our plan is to try and
Oh,
get
yes.
the Toy Story Mania high score. See if
Let's
we
see if
can
we can
get
we get the high score in our car. We've yet to do that.
bear, deer. What did
Bear,
we decide? Bear. See if we can become bears.
bears,
The
bears,
bears. The
the
bears.
bears.
And then we can say that the
Okay.
whole day. We're the bears.
And people will be like, you guys are messed.
Yeah, you won't even be like stupid tired yet at this
No, it's
point.
just a 10K. It's fine.
Yeah, so the plan is Hollywood Studios in the morning. We're gonna try and ride it as many. We'll see like at what point the lineup time just gets too long that we're like, forget it, we're out. Um, so like proper rope drop this day because we're just doing the 10K. And then the plan in the afternoon is to do a eat or drink or both at every country through Epcot. So
Ooh.
yeah, just a nice leisurely afternoon of wandering through the World Showcase, eating and drinking, and hopefully getting a virtual queue for Guardians for Steph at some point.
Yay.
Yay! And then I actually have us a reservation. So because we're staying at Coronado Springs, and they have some pretty decent places to eat there, I booked us a reservation. It's in the evening. It's not until 8:15 at Toledo, which is like tapas and stuff. And they have a balcony, whatever, where you can see fireworks. And actually, you can see Magic Kingdom and Epcot fireworks from the tower. So figure we'll go there. Either, I don't know if we'll be hungry enough for like tapas and stuff, but I figure we can get drinks, maybe an espresso martini for someone.
It's because, I'm not sleeping anyway, so it's fine.
And then we're right there. And then we can just crawl into bed. You might even get
Right.
like 5, 6 hours of sleep this night.
Maybe crawl into
Maybe.
bed, pass out until, I guess, because the half kicks off at 5, have to leave at 3. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how much sleep
3:30.
you get.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. And so then next day is Steph's half.
Mm-hmm.
And this day, our challenge is the Galactic Hero on Buzz Lightyear. So, because it's going to be a later start, like, I don't know if we'll see if we get there for rope drop. Like with the half marathon, it's just longer and then getting the bus back and showering and all that. So, we'll see what time. But I figured Buzz Lightyear isn't going to have a hour-long wait at 9 in the morning kind of thing. So,
See how many
although,
times you can ride it.
yeah, we haven't looked up any of the tips and tricks to try and get Galactic Hero on that. So that's on the list of things to do
Yeah, you got
before
time.
we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try and do that. We'll see if one or both of us can get a Galactic Hero. And then I booked us a boathouse brunch because it was so good last time, and it has the
Yes.
dueling pianos, and we can just sit there and relax and
Enjoy.
enjoy. Go get my Gideon's cookies, which I have to get every trip.
Yep.
And then, yeah, kind of just chill. I said maybe we'll try and go to Epcot for, again, get a Guardians virtual queue. I think this day we won't do Genie Plus just because I don't think we'll really use it enough to make it
No.
worthwhile. We might do like purchase the single pass Guardians or something like that. And then I actually booked us a Sebastian's Bistro for dinner this night because
I
I've
did
always
see
wanted to
that.
try it. Yes. And I considered it for when we go with the kids because we are staying at Caribbean Beach with the
Yeah.
kids. But I was like, I don't know how much they would love it. So, whereas I think you and I are really going to enjoy it. And it's
Yeah.
like an all you can eat, which I thought would be really good for you post
So for
half prior to full.
marathon, we'll see how it goes. I've been struggling. That's the hardest part is like I've been eating, but I feel like I eat either a lot before or like days after.
Yeah.
So we'll
Yeah.
see.
I do find that though, when I do like a lot of exercise, like if I had say like I played an ultimate tournament or something like that, I find it's like the next day or even like 2 days later, I'm just
Hmm.
ravenous. Like I cannot eat enough. I'm constantly hungry. And it's like, I didn't even do anything today. Why am I so hungry? And it's almost like my body's like still trying to
Catching
replenish
up.
from, yeah, from the big exercise. So, and then you know what I wrote in the evening, Steph?
Sleep?
Early to bed.
Oh,
Exclamation point. Exclamation point.
because the race starts at 4:30.
4:30. So I figure we go to Sebastian's Bistro and then we may just head on to bed and or at least back to the room so that you're chilling and like, getting to sleep. My plan, so and then the Sundays when Steph does the marathon, my plan was to try and be ready to run a half marathon by this point, which obviously is not happening. But if I can, we'll see how the 10K goes. I'll at least probably go for like another like 10K walk, like just to get some like kilometers under me. And then meet you at the finish line. Maybe you'll have to like
Yep.
message me when you're at like a certain mile marker. So
Be like, I have this far to go.
I'm
Ooh,
at the half marathon point.
I'll just turn my Google Maps on again so you can follow me like in California.
Yes. Although the problem with that one was it was like sometimes delayed. So it was like, this is where she was
Mhm.
like 10 minutes ago. We're like, well, where is she now?
Yeah, that's true. It's also
So
true.
yeah. And then it also means that I have to know like the route because that was the other problem.
Mm,
We're like, well, but what part of the route is she on? So
yeah.
it was pretty good to like help us at least gauge where you were at. But yeah, and
And it
then
was a last minute thought by me as I was leaving. I was like, oh, I should probably do this.
yeah. So we'll figure something out for this day. But
Yeah.
then yeah, we'll shower all that, and then my plan is we go to Epcot, ride Guardians because that's the thing we have to do every day. Check it
Yep.
off. Then
Yep.
we have Kona Cafe booked, and then we
Yay.
have Grand Californian Spa foot and leg massages booked.
Yay.
And then,
Although
although,
I don't know if I'll want them to touch my toes. But anyways,
okay.
continue.
Well, I'm sure you can specify. I'm sure that they'll be amenable to that. And then we are going to do a fun monorail crawl. And so we're going
Hmm.
to, Steph can drink all of the espresso martinis to try one at every single stop. We'll have our ranking for you when we get
Okay.
back.
Yeah,
See if any of them can oust the Crew Cup Lounge
it's
espresso
true.
martini as your
It,
top martini.
it holds a very high place. Every time I go, I'm like, no, the crew cup really
Not
wins
better than
out.
the Crew Cup. Yeah. So, and
Yeah.
then my goal is that just by 9 o'clock, we are just at the end of Main Street so they can watch Happily Ever After fireworks and then head back to All Star Sports. Or, we'll see how we're feeling, but I assume Steph will be feeling pretty done by then. And
Probably.
then,
We'll
and
see.
that's pretty much our schedule. So I think that last day is going to be just like a nice, good, chill, like, hey, we're annual pass holders. We don't need to go open to close because we're coming at least two more times this year. We're just hitting the highlights. It makes me feel like we're like true veterans now because
Well, and it's not like I didn't do a dopey that weekend or anything. So
no, it's not like you ran a lot,
n-
just a smidge,
nothing like that. Just a
just a
little bit.
smidge.
Just a little bit of running.
Well, and if you feel up to it, I guess you could also think about if you want to bring your medals to take a picture of them in front of the six. No, how many will you have? Yeah, six, right?
Six. The
From this
six.
weekend. Yeah,
Yeah. Which I feel like I need to. I probably should. I should probably
probably.
have this to snap a picture in front of the
Yeah.
castle and all that nonsense.
Well, because I figured the other days, a lot of time you at least have the one from that day, but it's a
Hmm.
lot of hardware to carry around. You may need to bring a backpack or something so you
I
can
know I
carry them
can't
around
carry
all
all
day.
six around. Well, because I thought about it when I wore them in California, like the four that I wore, because I had the actually five, because I had the four, I had
And the
the
coast
free
to
for the
coast.
for everyone and the coast to coast. I like I'm worried I chipped my coast to coast because they were clanking together so much.
Yeah, because you kept
So
like kind of having to hold
could
them.
like buffer them and they were so heavy.
Yeah, it's almost like, yeah, you just need like a bag to bring them in so that you can put them on for the photo op and then take them off so that they're not
Yeah.
gonna get broken. Well, and like that weekend, the Disneyland weekend, there were so many people that had medals that broke. So,
Yeah.
you don't want to risk breaking it right after you get it. So, anyways,
No,
but we'll
it'd be
figure
heartbreaking.
that out.
Yep.
Maybe you just wear like a different medal at each of the monorail crawl stops. So it's like we're at the Enchanted Rose Lounge with the 5K medal. Today, now we're at the Steakhouse 71 Lounge with the 10K medal. That'd be a fun photo montage.
It would be a fun photo montage. And then every time people would be like, regardless of which race I finished, congratulations on doing the marathon. And then this
Yeah.
time on the pub crawl, on the monorail crawl, they would be correct. I did
Yeah.
finish the marathon that day.
Except they will also congratulate me and I'll be like, thank you. It was very
And I'll
difficult,
be
but
like,
I did it.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes. I'm oh so exhausted from my early morning sleep in. Yeah. So I think it's going to be a good trip. We'll report back. So we won't have an episode in 2 weeks because it'll be sort of the holidays and I will be in Norway. So
So that's too hard.
too
Too
hard.
hard. And as we've lamented in this episode, who got time to record 2 episodes this week?
Ain't
Not
nobody
us.
got time for that. Ain't nobody
No,
got time for that stuff. Yes, but
no.
we will be
Not
back.
when we have costumes to finish too.
Oh my goodness, I know. Yes. Well, you have 2 or 3 costumes in hand for your
I have
races.
well, I have 3 costumes in hand.
One to
I have
make.
one to make. I have not tried on the 3 costumes I have. They are
Oh
still in
no.
their packaging. I'm sure they're fine, but I
But
haven't even
maybe
bothered opening them. So
but
I
maybe
just
you
need to do
should,
that.
yeah, maybe you should
I
try those
probably
on.
should.
At
Yeah.
least well no, because I was gonna say I guess at this point you wouldn't be able to get replacements because are these Temu or
They're AliExpress specials, yes.
AliExpress? Yes. Okay. So
But I think they'll be fine. They're like similar to what I've ordered before, and if not, I can make them fine. I can turn them into things to make them
well,
accessible.
I mean, I fit into the 10T dresses that we bought for the Halloween half, and I am
Exactly.
nowhere near a size 10T, let me tell you. I'm not often mistaken for a 10-year-old child.
Well, let me tell you, I ordered my 7.5-year-old Grinchmas sweater in a
Mhm.
child's medium. Guess what I'm wearing to work tomorrow?
Oh, well, that's fun.
It's
Yeah.
a little small, but it works. Like it's not obscenely small or anything like that.
Yes, I'm definitely the size of a 13-year-old boy because now if I need to buy a sweater for Cooper, I just try it on because he doesn't have the man fat yet. So like from a skinniness perspective, it's kind of like it's still good. Like it'll fit me, but it won't be too big on him. But the arm length, because he's like
Yeah,
he's not quite as tall as I am, but he's getting there. And so it's like, yeah, if it fits me, it's gonna be a pretty good fit for him. And so I'm the size of a 13-year-old boy.
yeah. I mean, to be fair, the sweater is big on Elliot. Like it'll fit him next year,
Yeah,
but it if I it'll work. It'll work.
yeah.
So
It's a weird, yeah. It's a weird time in our lives that we are entering where our children are starting to become as big or bigger than us. I mean, Cooper is
I
already taller than you, but
I know. Yeah, like that's weird in itself.
yeah, to like
But I knew I would be the bench point for all of our children, so none of this comes to a surprise to me.
no. And I mean, both of the boys are going to be taller than me at some point too, so it won't be unusual because they're just going to be taller than all of us except well,
Exactly.
maybe Dan. Maybe they won't be taller than Dan, but well, we'll see.
Yep.
Time will tell. We'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
Stay tuned. But yeah, so we have costumes mostly in hand. You and I both have some elements to finish putting together for the 10K
Yep.
costume, which I think is going to be very cute. I think
Yep.
we're going to be adorbs for that one and get lots of good photos.
I think so. I got
Hopefully
to
we're,
do a lot of
oh,
sewing.
I just hope that we're going to be in a good corral. Oh my God.
We should be. We didn't. Is this the one you messed up?
I don't remember. No, I don't think so. I feel like the one
No.
I messed up was the princess. I
No,
think I
because I
messed
did
up.
your registration for that, so I
No,
did.
no, no.
Oh, you did. Yes, you
Yeah,
did.
I think my half is messed up, which I was thinking about it. I wonder if you're able to, because Steph is trying to, so I'm signed up for the 10K and the half for the princess, and Steph is trying to get me a challenge bib because apparently there's some little trick to like,
Yes.
if you get a challenge bib,
Cons
if you are like purchasing a brand new challenge bib, you can like convert your 10K and half registration into this challenge. I'm wondering if I'll be able to submit a new proof of time.
So I almost wonder if that's kind of what messed me up because I tried to swap it out the first time for your 10K and I wasn't gonna submit a proof of time because there was no easy way to do it.
Hmm.
Uh, and it was almost gonna let me and then it timed out. And then when I tried to do it for your half, I don't know if it swapped out because it was all of a sudden unavailable or because I couldn't do it. Anyways, I've only had like 2 opportunities where I've done it correctly to try
It's
to do it,
too,
and then I missed out.
I
So
mean, it's too late to submit a proof of time. I assume that that would still be the case even if you get a bib right now, because I assume the
yeah,
proof of time deadline is more just related to them like already figuring out their corrals.
yeah. But
So
you did have your proof of time on there. Like you did have your springtime surprise from 2 years ago on there. So
yeah, I think only in the 10K though. I think I missed
no,
doing
it was in the half.
it was in the
I'm
half.
pretty
So
sure
did I miss doing it for the 10K? One of them I think
it might have been.
I missed putting it in for. And because it's not the challenge bib, I could be in different corrals because I've basically signed up for 2 different races. So
Basically, yeah. So
whatever, we'll figure it
we'll
out.
figure it out, and I'll hopefully get it. I'm close. I've been close.
She's
So
gonna get it.
close.
I know you're gonna get it. I have faith, Steph.
All right.
Yeah, so happy holidays, Merry Christmas,
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy
I think that's
Hanukkah.
starting.
Kwanzaa is in there somewhere
Kwanzaa
usually. I don't
starting
know.
soon, I believe. Yeah.
Happy New Year's to
Happy
everyone.
holidays.
Happy holidays. Enjoy time off with your friends and family, wherever you are, however you're going to celebrate. And we will be back in the new year with hopefully not a broken Steph
Yeah,
and
hopefully not.
hopefully a successful Dopey weekend recap for you. So until next time, Steph.
Tweedle out.